Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I think I went a little off key there. Hello, Nicole, who was not eaten by a bear this week. Hello, Nina and Laurel and Yulene and Cindy and everybody else who is here in the chat room and listening elsewhere for the Baltimore Crown. Tonight we have 4 races, starting with the Baltimore Distaff in about 4 minutes. And we have a field of 9. Obviously, the big event tonight is that Baltimore Crown, which drew a field of 14. Like, you guys were not playing. I love this field. And Derby winner Unarrest is going to try to win the second leg of the triple, facing some familiar rivals. So, starting out with the distaff, we have a field of 9, as I said. Betting pool is currently at 28,000. Love that. On the fence for Todd Lucas is amazing. The daughter of Mace is 4 for 16 lifetime, coming off a fourth place effort in the girls' night out handicap last out. Number 2, Mind Blown for Gigi Go Faster. Lily Wilkins bred this daughter of Valley of Fire. We're sure see a lot of those Valley of Fires tonight. 4 wins in 13 starts, coming off a fourth place effort as well. Number 3, Delirious Mind, which I'm sure is supposed to be delirious. Another Valley of Fire, 4 wins, 8 seconds, 4 thirds. Love this training job by Poke Buffalo. Ran against Colts last out and ran a 105 speed figure with a win. Number 4 is Xander Zone's homebred Blue Lila, a 5-year-old daughter of Blueprint who's 2 for 13 lifetime. Has not won since a non-winners of 2 week 11 of last year, but has been hitting the board in all starts since. Number 5 is last year's Louisville Oaks winner, and this is Lover Lay Down for John Exet. The daughter of Warder is 9 for 12 with 3 thirds. So for the mathematically challenged, which is me, that means this horse has never been worse than third. Number 6, Hecky Grace for Danny Derby. This is a daughter of Zist out of Alchemy. Hecky Grace has won 8 of 13 starts. She is always right there in some of the biggest races. She won the Midsummer Oaks and the Z Princess Memorial Stakes last year, coming off a third place effort, beaten just a length and a half in the Saudi Distaff. Number 7, Like a Blizzard. I cannot express to you what I would give for a blizzard right now, y'all. It was 118 today. It was not okay. It was not okay. Darcy McBride, homebred by Leica G6, 3 for 11 lifetime, did win the Grade 2 Wonder Stakes the last week of last year. Number 8, Napoleon's Web for Laura Ferguson, the first thoroughbred of the night. This one's by Oscar, 7 for 13 lifetime, coming off a victory in the Redwoods Cup. She won last year's SoCal Oaks and Indiana Oaks, which is fascinating because tomorrow is the Indiana Oaks in real life. Rounding out the field, number 9 is Helmy for Sarah Yulene. This is a 6-year-old now. Sarah's driving me nuts not retiring these horses, who has been top 3 in 16 of 27 starts. Your winner of the Becker Stakes, week 2 of this year, and then second, beaten just a neck in the Saudi Distaff. That is your field. For the Baltimore Distaff, this is a really, really good field, in my opinion. Right now, Lover Lay Down is the even money choice. Everything else is 40 to 1 or higher, so I guess you guys don't agree with me that this is a good field, but whatever. Blizzard, like the Dairy Queen item, is a very good question. I live in the middle of nowhere, which I know I've complained about before. For a long time, the closest grocery store was 35 minutes away. Now we have one about 16 minutes away, which is amazing. But we do have a Dairy Queen that's only 14 minutes away. And yes, we do measure everything in how long it takes us to get there. I've only been there once, though. The same shopping center also got a Panda Express. It's been very exciting out here in the middle of nowhere. I would take both, to be honest. If anyone wants to DoorDash me a Blizzard, that'd be great. We didn't even have DoorDash out here until maybe 6 months ago. There's like 3 things on it that you can get. It's post time for the Baltimore Distaff. Pick 6, Pick 4 Daily Double have closed, and so too did the Distaff itself at 28,400. They're in the gate for the mile and a 16th race worth $300,000. They're off. Delirious Mind was 1 step slow, and so too was Hecky Grace. Napoleon's Web, flashing speed and Mind Blown towards the inside. Lover Lay Down takes back to be third, and then Amazing on the rail. Hellamie is widest of all, like a blizzard, then Delirious Mind, Hecky Grace, and Blue Lila is at the back of the field. They round the clubhouse turn to the backstretch, and Mind Blown puts a head in front of Amazing. Napoleon's Web has dropped back third, which means the Lover Lay Down has moved back to fourth. She has a length on Hellamie in fifth, and then another length to Like a Blizzard with Delirious Mind right alongside. Hecky Grace has 5 lengths on the trailer, Blue Lila. Just over a half-mile left to run, and Mind Blown and Amazing are now facing a new threat as Lover Lay Down is coming around them. Hellamie chasing that one, and then comes Like a Blizzard. Hecky Grace getting involved from the back of the pack, and Delirious Mind is done, so it's Lover Lay Down who's leading them into the stretch. Hecky Grace and Hellamie are chasing her. Like a Blizzard as Mind Blown is done, then comes Delirious Mind. Can they get to Lover Lay Down? Hecky Grace is trying, so too Hellamie, but Lover Lay Down is geared down to win it by more than a length in the Baltimore Distaff. Hecky Grace second, Hellamie third, then Like a Blizzard and Delirious Mind. The official winner is Lover Lay Down, a 4-year-old chestnut filly by Warder out of Where Will It End by Ants Marching. This might be one of the most John Exet pedigrees I've ever seen. This is a homebred for John Exet, who is now 10 for 13 lifetime. I guess it's not that John Exet. Just feels like Ants Marching as a broodmare sire on a big winner like this is like very, very John. Next up, we have the Baltimore Special, and this is a small field, but it is great. I love this field. On the fence for Sarah Yulene is Credence. Poor Credence is like just short of $1 million with only 4 wins. This horse runs so hard every time and is doing it the hard way. A 5-year-old who cost $16 million. This is Henry's brother by Instinctive Belief. Look for this one in the breeding shed if Sarah will ever freaking retire. Horses, not themselves, herself. Number 2 is last year's Baltimore Crown winner, and this is Emmett for Sam Clearwater, a very popular horse. Emmett also won the Stewards Cup Juvenile and the Saudi Cup most recently, defeating Yosemite and Ichabod Crane. Yosemite is in this race. The son of Eddie Stone is 8 for 14 lifetime with $5 million in earnings. Obviously, this is your reigning Baltimore Crown winner for about 20 more minutes. Number 3, Thunder Dash Z for Fleason Hambletonian. A Valley of Fire here, who's 8 for 20 lifetime. Won the Brilliance Finds a Way stakes to kick off the year after running ninth in the Stewards Cup, and then came back to finish a somewhat disappointing second in the Out of Kindness stakes, just because you would have thought he could have beat that field, but he ran a 103 in that loss. Number 4, Junior Poodle for Dusty Clatt. A 6-year-old son of Oscar is 6 for 24, coming off of a fifth place effort, but before that, won an allowance race. His last win in 10 starts. Number 5, Gigi Go Faster's Griffin Royal. A son of Among Us, 6 for 11. Good training job here. This guy's won 2 in a row and 3 out of his last 4, including the Grade 3 Arkansas Handicap. The big horse in here is Pursuing the Moon for Cindy Saunders. $7.5 million earner who's 12 for 18. He actually won this race 2 years ago, so you get not this race, the Baltimore Crown. So you get 2 winners of the Baltimore Crown facing off at the same distance and track as they won their big races. Pursuing the Moon won the Stewards Cup Classic that year as well. Most recently won both the Pegasus Classic and the Arcadia Million, so I was worried that this 5-year-old had kind of gone off form because he finished 5th in last year's Stewards Cup. Like, just didn't seem like he was the same horse. It's lies. He's the same horse. Rounding out the field, number 7, another $5 million earner. This is Yosemite for Laura Ferguson. The son of Grand Canyon finished second, beating a neck in this race last year, and then came right back to win the Louisville Classic, which honestly is where I expect to see basically all of these horses again in 2 weeks. He won the Grade 1 Seek Thrills and the Grade 1 Elusive Pegasus before losing to Emmett in the Saudi Cup. That's your field. Get your bets in. This race is bonkersville. Where is Craig is a great question, actually. That should kind of freak us out. Craig's always here. All right, it's post time for the mile and 3/16 Baltimore Special, 28,000 in the pool. They're off. A perfect beginning for all seven runners, and Yosemite from the outside is going to show speed. Then comes Griffin Royal and Junior Poodle towards his inside. Credence is on the fence. Then comes Emmett pursuing the moon and Thunder Dash Z. Yosemite leading him around the clubhouse turn, and he's opened up 2 lengths on Griffin Royal. They're spreading out here. Junior Poodle is back 4 lengths. Then comes Credence. Pursuing the moon, tracking in fifth. He's lost a spot or gained a spot as Emmett has lost a spot, and he's got 3 lengths on Thunder Dash Z. No change with 5 furlongs left to run. It's Yosemite, who's leading Griffin Royal and Junior Poodle. Pursuing the moon, making a bit of an early move, passing Credence, then Emmett, who needs to get going, and Thunder Dash Z. They're rounding the turn, and they've got 3 furlongs left. Yosemite's still the leader. Here comes Pursuing the Moon bearing down on him. And now Emmett's making a move and is up into third as Griffin Royal and Junior Poodle drop back. Credence has asked the question, and they're running down the stretch. And it is Yosemite, but he's got to hold off the closers. Pursuing the Moon comes alongside. Now Emmett, those two kick away from Yosemite and Credence. Pursuing the Moon and Emmett, and they're rolling out here, and they're now 4, 5 lengths clear of Yosemite. Here comes the wire. They're right together, Pursuing the Moon and Emmett, and it's a photo in the Baltimore Special. 6 lengths back to Yosemite, Credence, and Thunder Dash Z. The results of the photo are in, and by a head, it was Pursuing the Moon. A 5-year-old black horse by Champion out of Calling on Angels by All of Time. A homebred for Cindy Saunders, who is 13 for 19 lifetime. And he is one of the top horses we've had in the last decade. Next up, it's the 3-year-old fillies for the Baltimore Oaks. We have a field of 8. On the fence for Gigi Go Faster is Silver Springs, was 8th in the Louisville Oaks. The daughter of Henry is 3 for 7 lifetime, won both of her Oaks preps earlier this season. Jack Meyer with a totally Jack Meyer named horse. This is Unholy Darkness. 1 for 5 lifetime, broker made in week 16 of last year with a 90, was 3rd in the Grade 1 Lexington Oaks. Number 3, Pacific Coast for Laurel Adams, a home read by, you guessed it, Valley of Fire. 3 for 6 lifetime, she's coming off a victory in the Desert Oaks. She could have gone to Louisville. Laurel held her out of that race, and I think that was a really good move because why, I'm going to say kill yourself. That's not the right thing to say, but why stress yourself out in the Louisville Oaks when you could come here to a perfectly lovely Grade 1 race? Number 4, Dream of a Lifetime. Kelly Haggerty bred this daughter of Riptide. Jack Meyer now owns 1 for 5 lifetime, broker maiden week 1 with a 97. Number 5, Sarah Eulene's Caught Up. A daughter of, remember, Dawn Carnage. 1 for 6 lifetime, was 5th in Lexington Oaks last out. Number 6. This is a horse I've carefully avoided calling, but this is All Go Get Stoned. She beat the boys in the Grade 1 Sunshine Park Derby, which is one of the big Derby preps every year. She actually beat a horse named We Don't Talk About Bruno in that race, and he is in the Baltimore Crown. This is a daughter of Eddie Stone, who has won 4 in a row and 5 of her 6 starts. Her lone loss was behind Honey, who is running in the Baltimore Crown. Number 7, Devil's Secret for Brenton Paul. The daughter of Devil's Arcade is 3 for 6 with 2 seconds. Was second last out with a 100 speed figure. Last victory was a Grade 2 last year. Rounding out the field is Heaven to Betsy. Love that. Dennis Fouch with this sword bred by Larkspur. 2 for 6 lifetime. Did beat the boys in the Mexican Derby. That's your field. Get your bets in. Another race that, like, I'll Go Get Stoned is obviously a clear favorite in here, but there's some nice fillies in here. Some nice Tier 1 fillies. Who do you guys like? You guys would probably like me to call the race. Oh. Well, don't all talk at once. Ding dang. Tough crowd tonight. Water break before I call it. Nicole, if it helps, I'm always confused as to what race we're on. It's post time for the Baltimore Oaks. 49,000 in the pool. Thank you to you people who are betting. They are off. Pacific Coast with a terrible start. Devil Secret was one step slow, but is now hustled up hard to take over the lead. Caught up in Silver Springs on the fence. Now Pacific Coast is sent along too. Heaven to Betsy towards the outside. Unholy Darkness. I'll Go Get Stoned takes back. And Dream of a Lifetime is the early trailer. They're rounding the clubhouse turn with 7 furlongs left to run, and Devil Secret and Pacific Coast are duking it out up here with a length to caught up in third. Then comes Silver Springs fourth. Heaven to Betsy has a neck on Unholy Darkness, 3 back to All Go Get Stoned, and another 3 to Dream of a Lifetime. No change running down the backstretch. It's still Devil Secret. Leading Pacific Coast, they've got 2 lengths on Caught Up. Silver Springs getting a little bit closer, so too Heaven to Betsy. All Go Get Stoned is asked the question, Unholy Darkness, and then Dream of a Lifetime, and they're coming to the top of the stretch. Silver Springs is your new leader. She's got a head in front of Devil Secret. Heaven to Betsy making a good move. All Go Get Stoned is still fifth and needs to be doing a lot better. Caught Up drops back. They're coming down the stretch with a furlong left to go, and it's Silver Springs, your leader. Here's All Go Get Stoned trying to get to her. Heaven to Betsy third. Silver Springs trying to hold off the favorite. And Silver Springs with a mile upset to beat All Go Get Stoned by a length. Heaven to Betsy third. Unholy Darkness fourth. And Devil Secret flattened out to be fifth. The official winner is Silver Springs. A 3-year-old Dark Bay filly by Henry out of Alligator Valley by Valley of Fire, a homebred for GG Go Faster. And this one doesn't even sprint, y'all. This one's now 4 for 8 lifetime, and it's time for the big one, the Baltimore Crown. Wow, a $150,000 betting pool. Woo-hoo! That's crazy. I love that. We do have a field of 14 to get through, which is just amazing. Sometimes this race can have a pretty small field as everybody scatters after the Derby. Nah, you guys weren't playing today. Gigi Go Faster going to try and make it 2 in a row with horses on the rail. She's got Cadillac, who ran 8th in the Louisville Derby. This is a son of Kelsey, who's 3 for 7 lifetime. Number 2, the first of the Nina Olson horses. This is Panic. The son of Devil's Arcade is 2 for 5 lifetime. 4th, beaten just 2 lengths in the Louisville Derby. And he did win the end result stakes earlier this year. Number 3, 11th in the Louisville Derby. This is Dr. Crentist for Scott Ziegler, the son of Zayden, 3 for 7 lifetime. You know how I said we were going to see a lot of Valley of Fire? You definitely are seeing a lot of Zayden on this Triple Crown trail. 3 for 7 lifetime has earned exactly $200,000. That looks pretty. Number 4 is Zaka. Chris Barber's homebred by Zayden was 3rd in the Louisville Derby, beaten a length that day. That was his first loss going into there. He was 6 for 6, including the Stewards Cup Juvenile. He has run a 108 speed figure. Number 5 is Mater. 10-1 on the morning line for this Brianna McKenzie homebred by Duke of Edinburgh out of the Nice Mares Bala. He was second, beaten just a length in the Louisville Derby. Before that, won both of his preps. 4 wins in 6 lifetime starts. Number 6, Molson for Durzo Blint, 10th in the Derby, the son of Zayden, is 3 for 6 lifetime. Won both of his Derby preps, including the Desert Derby, a grade 2. Ow. If anyone wants to see a really freaky picture of my thigh, yeah, I heard it when I said it. I got kicked for the first time in 32 years of working with horses. This thing is colors. And every time I accidentally bump my own thigh, it hurts like bananas. Number 7 is Durzo's second horse, Midnight Flyer. The son of Riptide is out of the Great Mare Muse of Nightmares. 11th in the Derby, so Durzo's horses ran 10th and 11th. 3 for 6 lifetime. He won both of his prep races, the Giacomo Stakes and the Oyster Bay. Number 8 is the second of those Nina Olson horses. This is Honor. He's by Eddie Stone out of the very lovely mare Love Spells and won the Herkimer Stakes, week 5, here on this circuit in Maryland. Number 9, Odio for Danny Derby, a son of, it's Zayden. I love Zayden. I'm just giving everyone trouble. He was second in both of his prep races, 9th in the Louisville Derby, beating 11 runners. 2 wins and 6 starts. Number 10, here he is, your Louisville Derby winner, and this is Unarrest for Mike Bryant. The son of Here I Come to Save the Day is 6 for 7 lifetime. His last loss was to Zaka in the Stewards Cup Juvenile. Can he make it 2 in a row and put Mike Bryant on a bid for the Triple Crown? Number 11 is the lone filly in the race, and this is Honey for Louise Bayou, the daughter of American Icon. Was unbeaten going into the Louisville Derby, finished 6th that day against some of the best colts in training. She won last year's Stewards Cup. Number 12, I missed acceptance speech in the Derby. I thought this Jared Radley runner was going to run in the Derby. Didn't. I don't know if that's because he didn't get in or Jared didn't feel like it. But he was second in both of his Derby preps, including the Grade 2 New Orleans Derby. Last year, he was third, beaten just a half length in the Stewards Cup Juvenile, so he does fit with this group. Number 13 is the horse I thought was the better of the Mike Bryant runners, and this is For Bader by Zayden. 3 for 7 lifetime. He was 18th of 20 in the Louisville Derby, but before that, he won the Grade 1 SoCal Derby. His pedigree definitely says he should like it here today. And rounding out the field, you know what? Sarah put We Don't Talk About Bruno in this field specifically so that I would sing it. Sarah, I'm not feeling it tonight. I don't think it's going to happen. Plus, I don't think anyone wants to hear me sing it. He was your winner of the sponsored Grand Canyon Stakes just last week, but that was day one. So Sarah bringing him back on short rest, but on the longest short rest you can possibly do. 2 for 6 lifetime for the son of Don Carnage. That's your field for the Baltimore Crown. Breed to Zayden if you want a Triple Crown horse. So too did Nina Olson say. Mel Langford wants to know if I was kicked by a horse with shoes. Actually, blessedly, no. It's our yearling. And she got me really good and honestly really kind of broke my confidence, which I haven't had that happen in like 20 years. So, my prequel is going to be released on September 14th. I have a big cover reveal coming in 5 days, which you can see it on Amazon, so it's not that big of a reveal. Today is the first day in a long time that I don't have any book sales. Womp womp. If you guys feel the urge, you should send the admin a little get well note in the sim. He had surgery yesterday, which he probably doesn't want me to tell you, but he is now resting. And by resting, I mean messing with the sim and texting me about it. Cindy, it's with the editor right now, and it's making me crazy because I can't touch it because the editor has it. I don't want it. 2 minutes to post for the 73rd Baltimore Crown. Don't forget, when I was a kid, and by kid I mean like 16, 17, I could name every winner of every Triple Crown race in order. Now we're pretty lucky if I can do last year's. If anyone knows what I should do with my life after November 30th, when FanDuel racing officially closes forever, let me know, because I can't figure out what I want to do with my life. Like, I'd love to do this full time and I'd love to write full time, but that is not currently in the cards. Feet pics. The problem is that I wear Crocs around the stable, which is like super not safe, but it means that my feet are constantly looking like dirt in those little holes that the Crocs have. It's not attractive, Nicole. It's not attractive. I feel bad for people who listen to this like the next morning or are listening not in the chat room and are like, why are they talking about feet pics? All right, did you guys get your bets in? Because it is time to rock and roll for the Baltimore Crown. Oh, so close to 200,000 in the betting pool. That's awesome, guys. Thank you so much. I don't know why I'm so grateful, but I just am. That's just cool. They're in the gate. They are off. One step slow for Panic, so too Midnight Flyer, the rest away pretty well. And Zaka, the Stewards Cup winner, goes out to the lead, joined by the Philly Honey, and Unarrest, the Derby winner, is going to press the pace too. Panic is rushed up, then comes stablemate Honor. Two lengths back to Odio and for Bader, then We Don't Talk About Bruno. Then comes Mater and Midnight Flyer, Acceptance Speech and Molson Cadillac, and Dr. Crentis is the early trailer. As they go into the first turn, and Zaka is your leader over Honey and Unarrest, and those three are right across the track. Panic is there too. Honor and Odio, then comes for Bader and We Don't Talk About Bruno. Mater, Midnight Flyer, Acceptance Speech, they're all still very tightly grouped. Molson, Cadillac, and Dr. Crentis, your trailers. They run down the backstretch in the Baltimore Crown, and Zaka has now kept a head in front of Unarrest. Unarrest, the Derby winner, with a head in front of Panic and stablemate Honor. A length back to Honey, who's lost a spot. Then comes Odio. We Don't Talk About Bruno. Mater for Bader has dropped back 2 spots. Then comes Midnight Flyer, Molson, Acceptance Speech, Cadillac, and Dr. Crentis as they round the far turn, and the Derby winner puts his head in front. Unarrest with a head in front of Zaka, and then Panic and Honey, who comes back. Mater is getting involved, for Bader is now coming back too, and the rest need to get going as Honor drops out of it, and Acceptance Speech goes back last. They're at the top of the stretch in the Baltimore Crown, and Unarrest and Zaka are dueling. Panic is still there in the mix, and Mater coming on, then for Bader and Honey. Zaka puts his head back in front. Unarrest now losing second to Panic, and Unarrest is not going to be able to win it as Zaka pulls a length clear. Mater can't get better than fourth. It is Zaka, your winner in the Baltimore Crown over Panic and Unarrest. Mater for Bader and Honey, then Midnight Flyer. The official winner is Zaka, a 3-year-old bay colt by Zayden out of You Don't Impress Me. And Valley of Fire is the dam sire, a homebred for Chris Barber, who is now 7 for 8 lifetime. And I assume Zaka and Unarrest will have a grudge match in the Long Island Classic. Panic proved he's a pretty good horse. I don't know if he would have won it, but he had a bad start and he finished second. For Bader, still making me look like a fool by running fifth. Honey legit, running sixth in both the Derby and the Crown. Guys, that's it. I will not be able to call the Emotonian this coming week 8, day 3, because I will be on an airplane when it runs. Uh, hey Cindy, want to hang out on Wednesday? Guess where I'm going. Guys, it's been a pleasure. I will see you week 9 Friday. You all are lovely, and goodbye.